Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghost Raiders here. They get punched, shot, stabbed, set on fire, but they never fail to bring us all that lovely Western action we're looking for. Let's investigate. We see them in every Western. They get thrown through saloon doors, they get bottles broken over their heads, they get shot, stabbed, fall off buildings, and get dragged by horses. I've been honored to not only work with, but interview many stuntmen over the years. In those interviews, we've learned what these guys and gals are expected to do for money.
Citing prostitution, kidnapping, extortion.
Wait, that didn't sound right. Regardless, it's an exciting and sometimes painful job that back in the day was rarely credited at the end of the movie. Let's talk to a few of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Caden Gamblin.
Howdy.
How are you, man?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. Really glad I finally get a chance to talk to you outside of the little vignettes that we've done.
Yeah.
Caden has a great history here. He's one of those stunt actors who has a lineage. Your dad worked out here too,
Yep.
didn't he?
That's right. He worked here the late 90s, early 2000s. I grew up watching him do all the stuff, and this is my Disneyland. So I got some help from him, and, I've been doing it ever since.
Tell me, are you a coward as well? No, you son of a...
So we did a movie a little while ago called Long Shadows, and that was a big feature film, and they had some stunt people out
Yeah.
from Hollywood. I remember we were on set, and you were wrapping some guys up. I asked you what was going on. They were getting ready to do a horse drag, and those were Hollywood people, right?
I believe so. Yeah, they were a hired SAG stunt guys by
Right.
Amos Carver, who was a stunt coordinator on that film.
Oh, Amos was the stunt coordinator.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I learned a lot of different things on how professional films do different stunts. It being, a horse drag, or even people running. With things like that, you need a stunt coordinator for. Anything that's active that you could possibly get hurt doing, you need a stunt coordinator to be on set. They're kind of I'd say the film safety officer for everybody on screen.
Now, there's kind of a funny thing that goes on. We talked about it in a previous video about how most stunt people have that story of killing themselves in a movie.
Yeah.
And I don't mean suicide.
Yeah, they have a hotline for that.
And I know you tell this story a lot, but
Yeah.
it rings true. And I'm glad you have that story. So
Yeah.
if you could, I'd like to hear it, because I was
so
in that movie too with you.
There was a film called Among Wolves that starred Trace Adkins and Tom Berenger. So Tom Berenger was a priest in this film, and there's this whole scene where a bunch of miners are on strike, and I got to play one of the miners on strike. And all these Pinkerton agents or agents of some sort come in and kind of break up the strike. And what happens is this whole shootout erupts. And I'm one of the Pinkertons as well, on top of the mission set where we do our high falls. I'm shooting down at these miners. Actually, a few of the stunt guys that we have here were in that film. And I shoot down. You shoot down, it cuts to me getting shot in the head and falling over. And then it cuts back to me up on top of the mission. So it definitely looks like I shoot down at myself, and then I come back alive, and I'm back up on the mission, shooting down at more people.
Right. Yeah, that's
and
funny.
then Tom Berenger comes out and shoots me, and I do a high fall, and it was very cool.
It is very cool, yeah. Now, of all these stunts that you do here at Old Tucson, do you have a favorite that you like personally?
Oh, so I do have a favorite, kind of. My favorite when it comes to redoability, if that's a word.
It apparently is now.
I made it up.
Okay, good.
I would say it would be a high falls. They are the most. They are in a way the scariest and the most. There's a lot of risk involved. There's one little mistake and something bad could happen. But once you get the hang of it, it gets pretty easy. Second nature. I could say I could do it with my eyes closed, but that's not very smart.
No, probably not a good idea.
Which is, I think, my favorite one to do, just because it's one of the most awe-inspiring ones.
Now, how far is that high fall?
That one on the mission, the top is 30 feet. It's really 29 and a half, but we like to say 30 feet.
These folks came a long way to see you fall, ain't that right?
You guys are sick. It's higher than Willie Nelson up here. I'm not doing it.
Oh no, if only there was some way we could make him.
Oh! I'm on the highway to hell.
All right. There we go.
But the roof roll is, I guess, one of the most technical ones that we do. And if you get it right, it looks gnarly. People love it. Every day I have questions, oh, how do you do that? Does it hurt afterwards? Things like that. But it's a stunt that we've been doing for a long time, and I'm glad that we're still doing it. It's a kind of tradition out here.
Don't do this.
There's something about live theater and doing stunt shows that you get feedback from the audience, which is great. They love it. And it's the best drug in the world, honestly. It's a great time, and I love doing it, and you feel good after a show when you know you touched somebody's life in a good way. So it's a good time. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very special treat. You might remember this young man. About 4 or 5 years ago, we did a video together where he was doing Wild West entertainment, spinning guns and ropes and doing whips and, oh man. And he's all grown up now, and guess what? He's working with me here at Old Tucson.
Yes, I am.
You're doing stunts, and you're also a full-fledged cowboy now, right?
Yeah.
You're doing everything.
Oh yeah, everything in the book.
Now, I've been told that you've been taking to stunts pretty well. What do you think? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like it's pretty natural to you to do them?
It seemed pretty easy to pick up for the most part.
Yeah.
And then just add gun spinning into it and whatever else you want to.
Well, you're a pretty tall string bean kid. How tall are you? 6'3", 6'4"?
About 6'3".
Yeah, so do you think it's harder for somebody 6'3" to do some of those big falls than it is for somebody who's like maybe 5'10" or 5'8"?
Yes and no. It just depends on where you can find your center of balance.
I was going to say, your center of gravity's all out of whack when you're that tall. So, like, you're doing a roof roll. I watched this kid learning roof rolls. He got it pretty quickly, but, I mean, that's a tough thing when you're as tall as you are, right?
Yeah, okay. And it's one of the most difficult, technical stunts here at Old Tucson.
Yeah. Now, Jesse did a really interesting thing a couple of weeks ago. He was walking back and his eye was all bloody because he was doing a stair fall in one of the shows. Yeah. And he was doing the stunt correctly, but unfortunately a guest had pulled a chair up pretty close to where he was supposed to land. And he didn't realize it till the last moment, but instead of hitting the guest, which he could have fallen right in her lap, you what did you do?
I kind of stopped my momentum with my face.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, his brow was all opened up. But I mean, you were laughing about it. So that's I'm sure you told me about doing something in a rodeo with broken bones. You want to tell me about that real quick?
Yeah, it was my hip. I fractured my hip, and it was in Iowa. I was riding a bronc in Iowa, and I still got on. I won first place against the Iowa state champion.
With broken bones?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You probably don't even realize it, but you were doing the show the other day, and you were the bank robbery show, and you were talking to Caden, and you spun your gun into your holster while you were getting ready to light a stick of dynamite. Do you know you did that?
No, I had no clue.
Yeah, I mean, it's just second nature to you, and it looked so cool.
No! Jesus, come out!
Oh, you better listen here, Marshal. I got 3 sticks dynamite with mighty short fuse. Now, why don't you just step on that street before there ain't no street left to walk on?
You robbed a stagecoach. I missed it, but didn't you right up alongside the stagecoach and jump on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at a lope, and I jumped off the horse and onto the stagecoach and robbed him.
That is so cool. I wish I could have seen that.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Pickering. You know this guy. How you doing?
Doing all right. You?
Good. How long have you done stunts out here?
I've been on and off. I've been doing it since 2012.
Okay.
So, from the times I've been off, roughly about 6 years.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, your strength is acting as well too, right? I mean, that's
Yes.
okay. Yeah, you love doing the acting.
I was studying theater when a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to be a stunt guy at Old Tucson. I was like, sure, why not?
Fresh meat on the line, boys.
Now I know you've done some stunts and things like that for some of the movies you've been in, but do you have a favorite one that you do?
A favorite stunt?
Whether it's in the movies or here at Old Tucson.
I think my favorite one. I don't get to do it often. I love doing the fireman, which is the one where you see in the movies they're usually running out of the building and they fall with their feet forward.
Oh yeah.
And then land on their back. That's one of my favorites.
Oh wow.
The technique is when you go out, you look for a little bit. As you're dropping, you kind of spread out your limbs just to make yourself flat, and then usually you're landing on like an airbag or foam padding.
You just got upstaged by like 7 people,
Yeah.
including your stunt lead. So,
It's
but
fine.
yes, it's okay.
I'll cry later.
Okay, so padding. All right, that's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, DQ, Stunt Man. Hey, listen, I see all you guys wearing these leather vests. Is there a reason you wear leather vests?
Yes, we are one of the few places in the world that does full contact fight choreography. So we are actually hitting each other, and when we hit each other, we're gonna aim right here, and that leather is gonna make a very pronounced sound right into the microphone so the audience can hear that contact.
Oh, perfect. Hey, thanks for that, DQ.
Of course.
All right, try not to get hit, okay?
I'll try.
Bye. Just for grins, I've compiled a few fun ones for your viewing pleasure.
You okay?
You just threw me through a window.
Well, folks, that's it for another episode. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail. You're making little noises? What are you doing? What do you need? What do you need?
240 admin. Can we go 300, please?
You're so little. Look how small
10
you
on
are.
my way.